I'm normally silent.
Silent only.
Like people say I'm too much silent. I don't speak at all. Like
So some classmate won't tell at all. We-
I like you used to give us some book problems. You used to say that study this book. Apart from studying that book, I used to go other books also.
Other books also.
But it's not like that. If we continue now, if I that the kind of threshold, if I just cross that threshold, everything will start looking interesting.
Okay.
Food is good. I have not much issue with the foods. I can eat anything.
Okay. His answers are short and cut. That Soumyajit have realized. Talking more will help. But keeping that hope and okay, after 6 months you cracked on something, that enjoyment that should trigger to pick more and more challenging problem in your research. Then you will become scientist. Am I?
So my books were only things which I used to talk.
Okay.
So if I'm talking with Goldstein, he's not giving answer, I'll go to Taylor.
That's why I'm saying you should talk more. Welcome to SN Bose Physics Learning Center. I'm Subramanya Hegde. Today we have a guest here, Soumyajit, doing PhD at IISc Bangalore. We shall understand his journey. Welcome Soumyajit for this session. Thank you so much for giving us time. I mean, you are a bit silent, am I right? Did your parents already knew that you are silent, that's why kept the name Soumyajit? Or you are silent after they kept the name? Are you really silent like in your day-to-day life, or with new people you are a bit silent?
I'm normally silent.
Silent only.
Like people say I'm too much silent. I don't speak at all. Like
Okay.
even if I in home, if I stay somewhere and if some guests come, they won't know I am there unless until if they come and see.
Okay. So nice. They knew that you are going to be silent. That's why they kept because Soumya means silent. Am I right? Soumyajit. Yeah. Okay. That's just a question. Now, could you please talk about your native place and your family and all?
I'm born in West Bengal, Purulia, but I brought and grown up in Jharkhand, because of my father's job. So I did all my education, schooling from Jharkhand. So I used to stay in Bokaro. It's a mining area. Okay, my father used to work in DVC, so it's that place. Then I did my this bachelor's and master's from Ranchi. So my whole education is on Jharkhand.
Jharkhand, okay. So, I mean, could you please talk about your childhood and school education you have done in Jharkhand only?
Yeah.
Could you please talk about that one? I mean, where you have done your school and high school, like that.
So I did my schooling in DAV Public School, Swang.
Okay.
From Bokaro, it's like 6 kilometers. So
In Jharkhand, do they have any other language other than?
Normally they speak Hindi only.
Hindi only.
But
Any local language?
Local language is that Khota.
Okay.
Khota they say. Not much aware of that language.
Okay. Was that quite difficult for you from?
It's very different from Hindi.
Okay.
I cannot.
So now, I mean, from West, I mean, from your mother tongue is Bengali, am I right?
Yes.
So from that one, isn't it difficult for you in school to learn those language?
Like from my childhood, I'm in Jharkhand, so I'm speaking Hindi only. So my Bengali is actually weak.
Okay. Okay.
So and because of being grown up in mixed culture, so everything is mixed in me.
Okay. Then could you please tell more about high school, because that is where we set the goal to go to science or engineering usually, am I right? Could you please talk more about your high school? Was that state board or central board? What?
It was CBSE board, but it was not that much good. They just teach us for exams, that only.
So now, I mean, how did you choose science after high school? Why did you choose? You had any idea that or to become engineer or like to get into basic science? During high school, you had any idea, or you just chose the science?
Before high school, I got this idea that I should do science. Not I should do, I was interested in science. So, like earlier, this when Discovery channels and that used to come. Nowadays, it has stopped.
Okay.
So from there, I got to like know. The first term I came to know about was astrophysics. Okay. From there, what is it? How is it? And I was also more interested in learning books when my cousin brothers, when they used to study. Seeing their books, I was much more interested. Like I also wanted to read.
What they were studying during
When they were studying in schools, when they were in high schools.
Okay, okay.
So they also took science. So I used to see their books, physics, chemistry. So like the figures, the way the equations, it looks interesting. So I also thought I should study.
Okay. So now after high school, okay, you have chosen class 11, 12th science. Now at that time, anything in your mind that like go to engineering or choose basic science, anything in your mind during class 11, 12?
I was more interested in basic science. I
Basic
don't want to
science.
do engineering.
Okay, okay. Could you please elaborate your class 11, 12, in which college and have you prepared for JEE?
So it was in same school only. So
Same
we
school.
had 11, 12 in
Okay,
that
they
school
had
itself.
11, 12. Okay.
And like started studying by myself only. I didn't took any coaching or like any tuition, anything. And so I just simply reading. Most of the time I used to read this physics, NCERT books we used to have, physics and this maths. Once I thought to take this coaching class also. I went for 1 month. Then I scored very poor in exams. Then I left this coaching. I thought I can do myself better. So I just started like self-learning this thing. And there started developing. I used to search which books I should read. From there I got to know many books about like other than NCERT and this extra materials like H.C. Verma, this Halliday Resnick, then this University Physics by Zimansky. And then different math books like Thomas Calculus, these things.
Okay, you knew that one during your class 11, 12?
So I started reading these things.
Okay.
It took me time to understand things. Yes, but anyhow, I just covered few things.
I mean, at that time, were you able to solve H.C. Verma or Halliday Resnick problems like?
No, I tried to solve, but mostly I read the texts. I was not solving that much problems. I was more involved in this text only. I ignored the problems. Okay, I'll solve it later.
Okay. Yeah, fine. For board exam.
Now for JEE, I didn't took any preparations. Yeah, exams I've taken. I didn't qualify.
Okay. So now in your college or during high school or class 11, 12, whether any other friends had the target like you, I wish to pursue basic science? Or I mean, what is the environment
Not
over there?
that
Here,
much.
Bangalore, they either engineer or engineer. Occasionally, we can see some doctor or something like. Is that like taluk place? What kind of place it is? Like that does matter, am I right? Like metro city, if it is Chennai, also either engineer or engineer. Third option may be doctor. Yeah.
It was a small town, and most of them have two options only: this engineering or doctor.
Okay.
Not much on this pure science or basic sciences.
Okay.
Even our faculties, teachers also used to say that get into IITs. Okay, like only if you get in IITs or good universities, like life is set. Otherwise, nothing is there.
Yeah. Okay.
So most of my classmates, they have gone either into engineering or into computer science fields.
That
so
field, okay.
In whole of my this high school classmates, batchmates, I am the only one pursuing physics.
Okay.
Basic science.
Okay. You had the habit of reading textbook like H.C. Verma, Halliday Resnick. Even though at that time you couldn't solve many problems, but you were reading those textbooks, am I right? Okay. After class 12th, where you have done your BSc, what subjects you, okay, why physics? Like you didn't get any interest in math or chemistry?
Chemistry definitely has not
No?
having interest.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. And now you may need to do chemistry, am I right?
Now I need to know everything: chemistry, electronics, engineering.
Research is interdisciplinary, yeah. Okay. Obviously, many students will be motivated towards physics only.
At that time, I was like, okay, I will do physics only, nothing more. Physics or mathematics.
Okay.
Chemistry was like during my 12th, chemistry was good because one of my uncle, like he was in from chemistry background only. Like whenever I used to have doubt, I used to go to him. He used to explain me. So like I last studied chemistry till 12th only.
Okay.
After that, I didn't study anything. So then I moved to this BSc I did in St. Xavier's College, Ranchi.
Ranchi, okay.
So subjects there I took this physics and mathematics and the extra.
Was that autonomous college, aided
Yeah.
college, or under university?
In my time it was autonomous. Now it is under Ranchi University. So my physics honors course was there. Apart from that, I had to take. It was not compulsory, but one this generic subject. So I took maths, and one was optional. So many people took chemistry or geology. I didn't took any.
Okay, I mean in physics honors, because in South we don't have physics honors. Someone changed very long time ago. I don't know why they changed. Again, new education policy is saying again the last honors kind of structure actually. Anyway, so now could you please explain more about BSc honors? Like during first, second semester, you had any other subject along with physics, or I mean, how was the curriculum in BSc honors?
So curriculum was this main paper we had like first 2 semesters, two papers we used to have. Then it goes to 3 and 4. So physics, mathematics, and then English, and then this one extra this skill enhancement course was to have.
Okay.
So so
Okay,
first
you had first 2 semester like
Yeah.
physics, math. You need to study both physics.
maths was for till 4 semesters.
Okay.
And
After that, last 2 semester
last
only
2 semester
physics.
only physics.
Only physics. Any languages last 2 semester?
No.
No languages also. First 4 semester you had language also.
First 2 semester language.
First 2 semester language. After 2 semester?
After 2 semester only physics and maths.
Okay. Nice. So then last semester physics. Was there any option like, okay, you can start with physics, math in first 4 semester, last semester you can choose math, or whether you need to decide from the first semester?
No, sir.
You need to decide from the first.
Decide from the first, and the only first 4 semester we had to take mathematics.
Okay. That curriculum, what is the level of syllabus like compared to our JAM GATE syllabus? Was that like, what was the level like? You had any quantum mechanics, electrodynamics in depth, or on the surface? I mean,
Yeah, it
in
was,
BSc.
In BSc, it was the syllabus was exactly same as JAM.
JAM.
So since being autonomous, they have like made the this course structure in a way that it exactly similar to JAM.
Okay.
So even if we studied this coursework also, the like our preparation is.
So now during that time, whether any environment to solve Griffith's problem, or would they ask any problem in the exam? Because if they ask in the problem, then we will prepare. Am I right? Any such question papers where they used to ask more problem, difficult problem like that?
They used to give assignments, 10 or 20 problems they used to give. In that they have like from easy to hard problems.
Okay.
That we need to solve. And like
What if some student copy and submit?
Like they don't care. They just like motivate or like encourage to solve by yourself.
Okay.
Or discuss among yourself. And then we used to have a mid semester in which they will ask any two from that assignments. So if we have solved, we can give this mid semester. And during our end semester, the questions were like this either assignments or book problems. So it was already known, like if we have did the course like classes regularly, we can solve easily. So it was not that they will give very new problem. So
At
it's
that
just
time,
old
did you
problem.
solve Griffiths? Have you read Griffiths or solved Griffiths or something?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's good. So then, after BSc, did you write JAM exam and what was next?
I wrote JAM and then CUET.
Hmm.
So yeah, I qualified JAM, but yeah, rank was not that one. I would get NITs, but since I was not interested in engineering, so through CUET I got this Central University, and then I preferred MSc there.
Okay, which Central University?
Central University of Jharkhand.
Jharkhand only. Okay.
Since it was near to home.
Now, could you please elaborate more about your journey of your MSc? Like,
Since it was during the lockdown time,
oh,
so I started like 1 month I stayed in home. Like it started in November or something. So, and then after January they called us and we joined. And since it was already delayed, so within 1.5 year we had to complete this master's.
okay,
So
1.5 year, you have to complete 2 years.
2 years of course structure. So like within 1 year, I remember I gave 3 semester exams.
Okay.
So yeah, they had to run the courses like that. So, like in my BSc, I think my base was much better than my masters. Okay. Since being they had to run so fast, they didn't complete it that much. Anyhow, those faculties were more close to like students. They were more like friends to us, and we used to discuss much problems. And they used to help. Even in Sundays, we used to go and like we used to sit in the classroom or departments or labs.
Oh, Sunday.
Sunday, Saturdays.
That's a very good environment.
So it was like this classroom, faculties, and hostels all in one place. So we stayed there.
During your MSc, did you try to attend this exam or prepare for these exams, or just focusing on MSc curriculum and project work like that?
Yeah, I focused more on curriculum and coursework.
Coursework, yeah.
I did give that time GATE exams. So the score was not much.
Okay.
But I was focusing more on my project, like.
So that was I wanted to ask. Could you please elaborate more on your project work? Like, so how many months you have done? So did you had any publication, or at least like what level of project work? Just to submit, or any research exposure you had during your project work?
So we had 4 months of the last semester, 4 months we had to do this project. But before that only I discussed with my like under whom I wanted to do. I discussed with him, and I like asked him if I can start in this. So he told yeah you can go, and he asked me to you come with 4 to 5 topics.
Okay.
And then out of which he selected okay you can start working in this. I took a topic of this Casimir force. Casimir force. And since in our university, like in our department, lab facilities was not that much. So I had to do this theoretical like simulation. I can max to max simulation I can go. So I started reading in my 3rd semester about this project, and then I executed in my last semester. So anyhow, I completed my masters and with this dissertation, but my work was still pending. So after that, in my home I started continuing this work. So finally I've drafted some paper and it's under process.
So was that published later?
No, it's not published yet. It's
but
under
it was
process.
Okay to go to publication. That much work. Can I say like that?
Okay. So I have written the paper. Now it's like on the way, on the process is going on.
How did you find us? When did you find us? Like after MSc, you planned for preparing for this exam?
During my masters only I came to know about this.
Okay.
So one of my classmates was actually doing.
Who was that?
Ranjit Pali.
Ranjit Pali. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
So he told us about this. And after as we finished.
So he was your classmate or senior?
He was classmate.
Classmate. Okay. So some classmate won't tell at all. Competition, am I right? Okay. Then did you join during MSc or after?
After MSc.
After MSc you joined. Okay, you joined 6-month course, am I right?
6-month online course.
Okay,
I did.
okay. Then at that time you were at home, like you choose 6-month online course. You were at home. Okay.
Yes.
Man, at home any other responsibility, like, because whoever studying from home usually will not focus in online course. So that's why we strongly suggest student that choice between online and classroom course must be based on your financial situation, not on your comfort. Like if you can come here and bear these expenses, they should come to classroom course. Otherwise, no option online course. Like, I mean, how did you focus at home? Any, yeah.
In my home, I didn't have that much pressure or anything. So yeah, few things was there. And I used to have small kids in my home also. They used to disturb me too much. But anyhow, I just so in the mornings or in the nights I used to study. I didn't have that much like disturbance. Like home was suitable for me.
This 6-month course was too hectic, am I right? I mean, lot of homework, lot of classes, a lot of quizzes. Like, I mean, how did you manage? How many hours you used to study? What was your study hours, study schedule? How did you schedule? You used to wake up early morning, like for our class, or watch videos later?
No, I'm a late night person.
Okay. You used to watch videos later?
Yeah. So
Okay.
like
Evening classes you used to attend?
evening classes I used to attend.
Okay.
And then this morning classes I used to either before the evening classes or after the evening classes. I used to do. So morning I wake up, I used to like study books and solve problems, whatever quizzes or this assignments you used to give. I used to solve that one. And then afternoon I used to take classes all till night I used to take.
Okay. I mean, were you up to date in the homework, or you were feeling you are lagging? Like, I mean,
yeah, sometimes I used to lag. Then I used to recover.
Okay. Okay, nice.
So lagging was, I guess it was, I like you used to give us some book problems. You used to say that study this book. Apart from studying that book, I used to go other books also.
Other books also.
So in
Just
that,
that satisfaction, am I right? Like, yeah, that's true.
so like for example, if you say like Goldstein used to say, I will then read Taylor and then this one more book. One more book was
Finch. No, not Finch, but Taylor, Goldstein, Rana and Joe.
No,
Not Rana and Joe.
forgot the name.
Okay.
So yeah, so their problems were much better. Like the solution they also used to give this class.
Which book? Then we need that one.
And
Vikelin? No, not Vikelin.
Vikelin, yeah, is a different. Not Klepner. Klepner, Taylor,
Goldstein.
Vikelin, Goldstein.
Okay, you text us later. Fine.
Forgot the name.
So you used to study more than the book that we used to recommend. That's why you used to feel lag. Otherwise, you were up to date. Am I right? Okay, nice, nice. That will definitely help. Like getting different perspective, you'll quickly catch up what is expecting in the problem. You are okay to study alone. Like you needed any more discussion with any other student. Were you seeking that one? Like getting in touch with any other online students or anything, or you are okay to study alone?
Like it's better to have discussion. We used to take 4 people. We used to do online. We used to discuss. But the way
you guys used to have separate meeting or
yeah, we used to discuss in over phone call or something. Like if we can't solve problem, we'll just text him. We like solve this like this. The way I have studied like from my childhood, I'm more comfortable in studying alone.
Soumyajit.
But it's not good. Like now I realize it's better to have discussion and like now in my lab I used to see when I'm struggling with some problem and I think I will solve alone. But if I go and ask some help, I can solve this within like seconds or like hours. Within. Saves
Collaboration
time.
is must. Like no, you had any problem like in exam hall, getting fear nearby the exam or something, like exam pressure or something? Some student will not have exam pressure.
Not that much. Little nervousness was too there.
So during your BSc, you said they used to give problems as assignment. From where they used to give the problem? Like, was that pushing you to open the textbook? Like,
And they used to give textbook problems.
huh.
Some textbook problems that we haven't heard of, like that. And they
Then-
won't like tell also like which book they are giving.
Then obviously you have to go and open that textbook, or at least search from which textbook they have
Google.
taken question. Okay, because that I mean, at least if you have a habit of opening textbook and reading it, like then our course will be slightly easy. Like you won't resist much to open the textbook.
Sometimes they used to design themselves.
Okay, that's very nice.
So my bachelor's faculties were like they were more interested in teaching. They used to teach in a way like we used to get interest.
Okay, then you have written GATE exam. What was the ranking? I don't remember the ranking.
My ranking was 813.
800. Okay. So then after GATE exam, what are the institution you have applied? Like where all you have applied, and could you please share some interview experience?
Sure. I applied IISc and most of the IITs. Yeah, most of the IITs and IISc only I applied. But thing was that every institute's this interview dates collided in one date only.
Okay.
So I cannot attend each interviews also. So and then accordingly I went for IIT Bhubaneswar and 13th. Then on 15th I came here.
Okay.
These two places only I applied. I came for interview.
Okay. So what about IIT Madras, Bombay? There you didn't apply, or Delhi?
No,
Kharagpur?
there I didn't got.
Okay.
So IIT Bombay that time we had written test. Then something happened and they just cancelled the written test and then.
Oh, they took only toppers in. Then Kharagpur, Kanpur, Delhi, like you didn't apply over there.
No, Kharagpur, Kanpur I didn't apply.
Why?
Because like they take only top students only. Up to 200 ranks they take.
Okay.
So I know I can't get there. But I apply this Roorkee and then like the second tier institutes I applied. Most of them.
Could you please share some interview experience? Like
so during my first interview I was in IIT Bhubaneswar. My interview was the last interview during at 8 p.m.
Okay.
So I waited from morning 9 to 8. So
in the campus?
Yeah.
You went to campus. Okay.
So we there had one written test, and then after qualifying we had interview. So during interview they just I guess because it was my last interview they just wanted to wrap up. So they asked about they asked questions related to my project only, like explain what is this, and they asked us to draw the graph, explain all this.
Graph plotting, usual graph plotting question. Okay.
So how since it was my force nature, how the force varies, okay, why this is arising and this thing, and that much. So it was not. They didn't ask that much questions there.
Okay.
Then in IISc, I got this interview call. There they asked, they asked me what subjects should they ask. So I told quantum mechanics. From quantum mechanics, they asked solve a 1D problem using variational principle. Then they asked what is the this trial wave function you're taking. Is it?
Did they mention the potential function?
Yeah, 1D potential wave. They solve it by variational principle.
1D infinite square
1D
well. Infinite square well. Then they gave they asked you to solve by variational principle. Okay, nice.
Then in the midway only they asked, okay, you can solve. Then they asked in the same 1D potential, if you have an arbitrary constant potential, this thing, what is the this is a perturbation problem? What is the energy change you can get? A specific heat capacity, like difference between Einstein and this Dulong-Petit, and what is this thing?
Okay. Nice.
Then draw the graph where it differs from this thing. Okay, what is their limits, and what is the graph equation, this exponential or this x cube.
IISc which department?
It was in MRC.
MRC, Material Research Center. Okay. Okay, interview went well in
Yeah,
MRC.
yeah.
Did they ask any graph plotting question in
And
MRC?
from that specific heat capacity only.
Okay, okay, that quite subjective question. So you have attended only 2 interviews.
So during my August batch, I attended these 2 interviews only. IIT Bhubaneswar.
IIT Bhubaneswar and IISc.
So I got selected in both, and then I came here during this.
Okay. Like research is interdisciplinary nowadays. Like students should not seek only physics department or something. Like a lot of good works are happening. Even if you go to physics department, you may choose interdisciplinary subject. So that's why they should keep eye on many departments like electrical engineering, material research, some nanoscience separate departments are there. Some quantum technology separate departments are evolving now. Like physics students should keep an eye on all of them. So did you decide the subject? I mean, while attending the interview, did they mention the list of project work or problems to choose, or after joining you have to decide which subject you want to pursue?
No,
Like which research topic you have to?
like after joining, they assign one professor, like supervisors.
So, during the interview, they didn't give you any choice of topics, am I right?
No, sir.
Okay, no choice of topic.
So
Okay.
they like depending on vacancies, supervisor himself selected this thing.
Okay.
So now once I'm into the lab, they suggested me one topic, like you can start working in this. Now if I have some other thought or some other plans, I can go. So it's that freedom is there. Okay. But if I don't have, then I can continue in that one.
Okay.
Provided by the supervisor.
Like research topic, which research area you want to get into, like narrow research topic, was that decided during first year, or first year you need to focus only on coursework?
No, like it depends on lab to lab.
Lab to lab.
So few lab prefers that I should do research and coursework simultaneously. Few labs prefer courseworks only, and few depending on situation they will like. So in my current lab, like they want me in the first semester to do completely on research, and then next semester you take all the courseworks.
Oh, like that. Okay, first you do the research, then you take the coursework. That's quite better, am I right? Because you will get to know what coursework you have to take.
So many.
Oh, some courses are not offered in first semester, like June to December or something. Yeah.
So many lab prefers that you complete all your courses in the first semester itself, or they will say like two courses you take, so that you can do both the research and the coursework.
That's very good.
So when I started doing this lab research work, I found that I'm not that much interested in material science.
Okay.
So when I used to read papers and like the works they used to do, I can't make the sense out of that. So for me, material science, like I give it like it's a cooking. So how good you can cook. So how you can cook the materials, what is the recipe, okay, what properties you can get out of it. Okay. So like I was not feeling that much. So during that time I used like apart from experimental, I also used to do like simulations which provided by sirs. Then there I thought, okay, I can do simulation or computational or theoretical much better than this. Yeah. So from that it started on like this thing started. Okay, I talked with my professor that I'm not getting interest. Like what should I do? He suggested me that you can explore other labs also. Yeah. And then I started exploring other labs and these things. But since I had only GATE, not NET, so then it very depends on the vacancies in the labs.
And again, you need to go through all process again.
So
Right?
since I tried in many departments, so they all like since they don't have vacancies and like some department to department issues are also there. So
okay, you can't migrate from one department to other
no, it's
department.
possible. Like few students can migrate. So it's much more easier when you have NET.
Okay.
Not through Gates is little difficult.
Because funding does matter, am I right? CSIR net means anyway CSIR funding will be there. Got it. Yeah.
So anyhow, so we came to conclusion that I had to discontinue this whole program and to reappear again.
Okay. Now, I mean, In MRC department, you didn't get any pure theoretical group or something like?
We had one computational group there,
Okay.
but he doesn't have vacancies.
Oh.
Okay. So he asked me that you better clear the net. You can wait for some time. Once you get, you can come. But yeah, this time is going on. I cannot wait.
So you were there in MRC for how many semesters?
I was in first semester 2 months only. 2.5 months.
Okay. Now, what would you suggest the student? Like many students will ask, they haven't done any trial and error during their MSc project work. Most of the case done just for curriculum sake. They haven't done much trial and error. Like they don't know what they they are going to do daily during their 4-5 year research. That they don't know. Like in that time, what would you suggest them? Some student will try to do internship, but that also sometime during college curriculum like MSc curriculum, it's not possible to do couple of internship to find themselves. So to find themselves, what is your suggestion? Like
my suggestion, like as from my experience, all I can say is explore the labs. So even if you're doing internships, it's better. But if not possible, when you're going to PhD, nothing is bounded. Like they are not going to force to keep you like this. So explore the lab and like initially I thought I was more interested in condensed matter, so I went there. Then I found okay, it's not my field. I started exploring other labs also as start. So like you can go directly talk with professors, like how is the field, or interact with their lab members, okay, what type of work they do, and this thing. And like
okay, you think that before joining PhD you should have done these things, am I right? Like
it
you
could
have you
help.
done these things? Like you came here, am I right, for interview? Did you visit any lab and check what is going on or something?
I visited only one lab in which I joined. So I interacted with this. It was good only. Okay. But then it happens that with the time we come to know, like, okay, I think I'm not sure. But what I'll say is that within few months only explore. But after that, wherever you like fix yourself. Like if we jump and jump, na, we won't get anywhere. So like with my experience and my friends also, I say that initially we'll be interested, okay, we can do, but as we jump into the problem, okay, with the time it feels like this is not my field, I cannot do anything. But it's not like that. If we continue now, if I that the kind of threshold, if I just cross that threshold, everything will start looking interesting.
Okay.
So I guess like even if I've continued there, like say MRC only, I may have got interest later.
Maybe
on.
after one year you
Yeah.
may have got
So
interested in the same
so
subject.
I can say, like I can say it was my like childness that I just thought, yeah, I can't do, and I just jumped around. If you are very much interested, okay, then go for which you are interested. Okay, like one of my friend only, he was fully interested in condensed matter, but got into optics. So he definitely won't find interest there. So it's better to go in condensed matter field. But if I'm not sure what I'm wanted to do, so better start working problems. Slowly, you'll figure out something. You'll figure out. So personally, I was more interested in something in optics, and interested in optics only.
Okay.
So something related to optics. But okay, condensed matter, material science was also fine.
Initially, if you are not feeling comfortable with the subject, you are saying hold on so that you will definitely develop the interest. That's what you are saying. Like
Hold on for first semester you can explore. Okay. Like maybe it's that sometimes it happens if I'm not able to solve problem, I'm just fed up and okay, I don't want to do, and I'll just leave. But maybe like after 1 month I may get the solution. So this is one thing. And if one is like, if I'm truly interested in something, then, or if I'm having no option, I explored it, okay, then move on. But I should not keep on jumping. Because if I jump, like say if I left one lab, people will ask question that why I left.
yeah.
So okay, I am not interested in that. That's fine. But again, if I'm leaving the same lab and going to other lab, then they will have this perception that I'm just time passing, okay, and then no one will select. And also this is not the first time that anyone is doing. Many people previously have also done. Many people have done after PhD, thinking, okay, this is not my field.
Okay. No, that's fine to change the field. Like, I mean.
So my role model is this, Venki Ramakrishnan. He was doing PhD in physics. After that, he realized I'm not for physics, and then he moved to biology.
Nobel.
Nobel laureate.
Yeah.
And he got Nobel Prize for chemistry.
Chemistry, yeah. So the point that I want to make is like this exam preparation has nothing to do with research. Like
not much.
Not much. Like in exam the problem that we are solving during this exam preparation process, the problems are meant to solve. Like, I mean, already based on some noun concept, it is to check some concept. Even though you couldn't solve one problem, if you read one textbook, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you may be able to solve the problem. But research problem, it may take 2 months, 3 months.
So in the textbooks, it's like if I get some hint, I'll solve it. Okay. But in research, it's like if I get some solution, but to get that solution, I'll get again some new problem. So problems keep on coming. Okay. And sometimes I have to wait for like months and these things to just like if you want some equipment or something, you have to wait for this.
So even while doing this exam problem also, you can leave 1 or 2 problem and move on. But here,
nothing. I cannot leave.
I'll not solve this problem, but I'll solve other 70% of the problem. Like, it is not possible here. Okay, suppose you go to lab for 1 month, like doing the same repeated process, getting nothing out of it. How do you go to the lab next day? By keeping some motivation. I mean, what will be in your mind? You might have faced that situation, am I right? Like, I mean, that's what everyone should understand. Like, it is not like, I mean, solving exam problems or something, because even toppers also struggle to find themselves in research. So that's why research is very different thing. Like, so one more thing that I want to quote is, there are some students who are not good at exam hall, or who may not score well in exam, but when we give one problem, they can try the problem for days of time. Like next day also they will keep trying the problem. Like, I hope that mindset would fit in the research lab, like not giving up, keep trying that one. But again, exam barrier, like some of those students who couldn't quickly solve the problem, but those guys have like quality, like they can keep trying the problem, keep what you call trying, like, I mean, for hours of time or for days of time sometime. I think they had quality required for that research, but since they can't crack the exam barrier many times actually. So you pick one research problem, like you work for months of time, you are not understanding anything what is happening or something, because most of the research publication also hide almost everything, isn't it? You need to realize that one again. Okay, now in that, what is your suggestion? Like, the thing that student community need to understand is, like, they need a lot of patience to do research. Like, months of time it may go without having any progress, but I mean, it's not like no progress, it is a experience that you gain through the process. I hope so. You have to correct me, because I mean, we have some story, right, that Thomas Alva Edison lab is burnt, and still he didn't invent the bulb, but someone tells him that everything is lost or something. He says, like, I know 1,000 material where bulb can't be made. Like that. I mean, even though months of time have progressed without getting anything, I hope you get at least experience out of it. Am I right? Like, next time you may get to know what not to do, even though you don't know what to do. So I mean, now, like, with what mindset students should go to research? Because exam mindset is different, exam cracking skills are different, research mindset and the patience required is in next level. So I mean, could you please help them to prepare their mindset? Like,
like even when we are preparing, this mindset won't come unless until we get into the field.
Yeah.
Even if I tell, they won't feel
Feel that
the
one.
same
They have
thing.
to do that one only.
So once they are into it, so why we feel sad is because of this only, that when we solve textbook problems, we get the answer. If we not, we can move on. Here we cannot move on. We have to stick to it. So, and that's why this feelings come that I'm not able to do, or I cannot do these things.
And exam problems are designed like that. If you read one or other textbook, you will solve the problem. Problems are designed to solve if concepts, everything's are clear. But here you are going to choose very new things, like
so it's
nobody,
like something that no one has solved.
no one else has solved. Yeah,
And
that's true.
So you're trying to solve. So my this present guy, he used to say that he knows that you cannot do it. So we should discuss and come to some conclusion. And there was one this article. They also says that when we come into this field, this research, and when our ignorance is infinite, the best we can do is just like we can muddle through as best as we can do it. Yeah. So that is the so whatever we do, even if we do like 0.1%, it's like you said, like appreciable.
It's contribution to the progress of whole science.
So patience wise, and then not losing hope. Even if I'm getting frustrated, take a break, go somewhere, do something else, and then again come back. Like this happens, like when I'm getting frustrated, I'll just leave the lab, I'll just sit in my room or like do something, okay. And then I will start looking into literature. Then suddenly I will see something, okay, this might work. I'll again go and try that. If nothing works, then I'll sit. I'll try to discuss with other people. Okay. And then with this discussion only something will come to mind, and when we try it, we'll get something. So it's like trying and trying and trying.
So now, okay, after you left MRC, you attended next interview again, next after 6 months?
This December session.
December you attended interview again. You joined IAP, am I right? Instrumentation and Applied Physics. So I mean, okay, during the interview, like how was that interview like?
The interview was nice. So like I applied many places. I got call. So the first time what I did.
Did you apply outside IISc? Okay.
First time during the August batch, I went for these 2 interviews. When I came to know I got selected, I just stopped. I didn't attend any other interviews. But I should have at least attend to get an experience. So this time I tried to attend every interview is possible. I was interested, like if I can get IISc back. So when I got IISc, it was the happiest moment. Then I came back.
Okay, in instrumentation and applied physics, did they mention any project list to choose or?
They like during this December sessions, the IP, these 2 faculties had vacancies. They mentioned that these 2 faculties have vacancies. Which one you are interested? You just like based on your preference, we'll just try to select. So presently the lab in which I am, it's like optics and biomedical or microfluidics combinations.
Okay.
And more into applied physics. It's more into like medical diagnostics research.
There you have a lot of problems, am I right? I think. What this was demanding, like this is not material research, I mean, it's almost like device making.
There are many things we can do. Either mostly into device instrumentation only. We can go into pure research also. So, but whatever research we do, it has to end up in some device instruments. Okay. So more again engineering field. But I'm happy that I was more interested in optics and this thing. I came to this field.
Okay.
So I'm enjoying.
Are you working on any medical field problem or pure basic thing?
I have not started yet, but I have to work on that.
Now you are doing the coursework or?
No.
Coursework is over?
No, sir. Coursework is on my next semester.
Okay, next semester.
So So again, as I told you, lab to lab. So as per this lab, he asked me to do fully research this semester, next semester to take all the courses.
Then you will get to know which course you have to take, what skill you need to build, am I right? That clarity also will come if you work in lab, yeah. Now you have mentioned that this research is very interdisciplinary, like you are doing optics,
This is
electronics.
much more interdisciplinary.
Now could you please list everything, like what all?
Okay. So it's like optics, then like optics, electronics. Okay, in electronics itself, signal processing, image processing.
Okay.
Then microfluidics. So their physics and this chemistry also comes. Chemical assays. Okay, biology, bloods. Okay, like all chemical bloods and this.
Okay.
And then disease diagnosis.
The what I thought is, like, I mean, even in any field, like, we may not enjoy each and every day, but whole process we may able to enjoy, right? Like the whole process of, if you at the end of the day, if you make one device, or if you somehow implement something, like maybe day-to-day process you may not enjoy.
Day-to-day learning is what we can enjoy.
Yeah, learning will be there. Okay, even though you did some mistake, that also you should able to enjoy. Yeah.
So in optics, like in till masters, what we have is everything is aligned, everything is already built. Now here from the scratch we are building. The first thing, the alignment itself is the most like struggling thing. So we used to make, someone might come and disturb, the whole alignment goes. So like alignment takes days to like do. Then how can we make it, like small problems, like how to solve.
Whole day you need to solve many problems, am I right? Like small thing, like
very small, like we need to solve.
This is
like
not working, fix it. After that, this is not working, fix this one.
Like we may know, okay, whole apparatus, okay, if we, let's say light source, we just probe the sample. But how to hold the light source? Okay, what we need to, like if you're making something, is always like shattering or falling down. What to make it to stable. Now whatever we do, it has to be based on the equipments available. So sometimes it's like we may not have the required equipment to make the arrangement.
You need to build jugaad.
So from jugaad we have to build everything.
Okay. So now you said, like, we need to seek help if we couldn't crack anything down, any problem, or if we stuck anywhere. So, like, I mean, whom you used to ask, like seniors in lab, or will you directly go to professor?
Yeah, I ask like everyone, whoever is there. Okay. But to a knowledge, like if I'm struggling in electronics, so I'll go to someone from electronics field only. I'll ask them if they can solve, if they have time. They'll suggest something. Or we have electronics expert, I'll just ask him to, can you solve this? So while he is solving, I'll try to learn how he's solving this thing. So currently in my lab, in optics, I and one more person is there, and rest everyone is from either electronics or biological, this biotechnologies. And my guide is from optics background. So he's much more like extraordinary in optics. So so we'll just go and ask him. He will suggest something. But I felt like nowadays I feel this, like if I'm struggling, I should go and immediately and say something that I'm struggling this one, or ask some help.
Then that process will be faster. Struggle will be there, but you can quickly get over, and that process will be more faster. That's true.
Like for example, if I'm using LED, I know that like something is there with the LED, and I'm struggling how to solve it, After months, I ask to my senior, I'm struggling with this. He will say, you could have used this LED.
But what I feel is we should do those mistakes as fast as possible and gain the experience. Am I right? How is IISc, like the campus, and other than physics lab and all? Like, did you like that one?
Good. Campus is good. So many trees.
Okay.
And I'm fond of trees. So, like I like the campus.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
better.
Food and all.
Food is good. I have not much issue with the foods. Like, I can eat anything.
Okay.
I'm eating with him in South Mess.
South Mess. But after some time, that also be monotonous, am I right? No, you may be eating North Mess.
I was in North West came back.
He doesn't like. I like too much.
Okay, okay.
Swimming pool.
We used to go swimming.
Swimming, okay.
Like morning or evening.
So, I mean, during your school, high school, college, like, other than subject, were you active in any other activity?
Not that much.
Huh.
I used to do either sketches or like paintings. Till
Paint,
my
you
12,
used to paint?
So till my 12, I did this fine arts courses and this thing.
Like, along with...
Along with my studies, I used to do fine arts.
Okay.
Till my 12th. After that, it finished. I just stopped. Then I just simply, whenever I used to get free, either I sketch or paints.
Any sketch that we can see?
Don't
Like
have-
after if you send, I'll edit on the video.
Yeah,
I'll put
sure.
it on the video.
So now I'm more trying this thing, digital painting and this thing.
Okay.
Sketching.
Okay, sketching on the tab. Please continue that one.
I'm more like seeing me, I'm not so active. I'm more like if I sit somewhere, I'll just sit and think. Some spend more time in idle sitting.
Okay. No, I heard that like there are some thoughts in the West, like if you are active in some art or something else other than science, math and all, I mean, it will help you to take decision in your day to day. Like it will help you to think out of the box also. That's why I strongly suggest everyone to do something else.
Yeah, it helps.
Do you
Because
feel
it-
so like when you are
because
very stuck, like to relax?
If I'm doing 24 hours this lab, na, I'll be get burnt out, and only thing I'll think of this problem itself. But as if I go out, do something, I can. It's like looking at it from different perspective.
Exactly, thinking
things
out
from-
of the box. Yeah, that happened with me also. Like whole day I do the same thing. You guys know that one. So night also someone text me like some problem. Like I will keep doing the same thing. But when we go outside and when we see what we have done, like we will figure out something. Like
I use still now. I walk too much. Okay. So if I'm facing something, I'm not feeling comfortable, I'll walk. I'll walk the entire campus like 2-3 times. Then I'll come back to lab. Or I'll do cycling at least 2-3-6 times something.
please do continue that art. Like yeah. So now for the student who are doing our course, what is your suggestion? What to do, what not to do? Like, I mean, they are already complaining so many homework, like so many quizzes. Like, what will you suggest them?
I'll suggest please solve the problems whenever you get time.
His answers are short and cut. Okay.
Like I felt like when I used to solve, I just 1, 2, 3 problems I used to solve, and then I just left it. I started studying. So this thing, a habit of solving problems is much more required. Like normally people will just study. They'll think, okay, I want to learn this concept, new things. They'll just keep on reading and reading, but not solving. When we start to solve, new concepts will start to come.
Okay.
So, like before when I joined this, I don't used to solve problems. I just used to read. Hardly 2-3 problems something. Only after joining here, when I started solving problems, my understanding or whatever I developed is because of this
That will
problem
improve,
solving.
obviously. Yeah. During problem solving, conceptual understanding will improve. Okay.
Only through problem solving, like we come to know, like okay, this concept is not there in this book. We can go to other books. As much as problems we can solve, or at least look at the solutions, the way they solve.
6-month course, it's quite hard to like cover the whole syllabus, do the revision. You have seen that one. Like they also burn out. Sometimes when I schedule Sunday afternoon, I can't see their face actually. Like if I schedule any class Sunday, like they will look like asking their both kidneys. Like and one of my friend told like it's not their kidney, you are asking their heart. Sunday is like it's their heart like. So now okay, so for our course, I mean, could you please suggest that book you have to send, what the book you told, okay, classical mechanics. Okay, anyway, you think later. So then apart from that, what else you suggest in our course, like what else we can add, what else we can remove, like if I want to add anything, something should be removed actually within that time. Yeah.
Removing, I don't think
No.
anything is required. Like suggest in terms of from students' perspective only, I can say. Like,
Yeah. Student
like,
perspective.
read more books and solve more problems.
Okay.
That
I
only.
need to add multiple books. That's what you're saying. We are having 1 or 2 book, maximum 2 book, but you are suggesting multiple book only. No compromise with that.
Not need to read the whole book,
Hmm.
but few things, few concepts.
If it is not clear in this textbook, at least one more textbook should be there.
So my problem was that I used to read the whole book, okay, and the time time used to go. Okay. So when I joined, like earlier it was there. Okay, I felt I should read this book, and I'm reading the whole book. But when I joined here, like as per your guidance, you used to tell, okay, you should read this section. Then I get clarity. Okay, it's like Goldstein. I'm reading full book. Instead of reading full book, I can read this few sections.
Few section. I mean, just for exam. After exam, you could have explored more before interview.
No, if I'm very interested, I can continue. But for problem solving, it's many times like few solutions are given in some like random books which are not even very popular also, or like few foreign books or few this things, this course notes. Like even MITs or some
MIT
other
course.
universities, they take classes. They have their notes.
Lecture notes, yeah.
They sometimes solve problems or in a very different way. So those PDFs also helps. So like whenever you get, like for students only, whenever you get time, just solve problems, read something.
Multiple textbooks are there in our mind, but the problem is for 1 year course I will tell
where
them
to pick, where to get.
no, I mean that also I can suggest them. Okay, for this one you read this book has given better or something, but they don't have time to complete our homework. Like for 1 year course we will push them to read more and more book. For 6-month course, multiple textbook is quite hectic actually. When I see the last GATE papers and all, it looks quite. It's not optional. Students have to refer multiple textbook. Not only me, students also have to refer multiple textbook. Like
The solid state, whatever problems, it all comes from Kittel.
Kittel mentioned very less problem, but still like
And
very
same
nice.
problem comes.
Yeah. It won't take much time to solve the Kittel problem, like, but it gives very good insight. Like,
So while exploring, I was talking with one physics professor. I actually met him during that there is supermarket inside IISc. He was walking there. I just randomly went and asked, "Sir, can I join in your lab? I'm very interested in theoretical." I told like this.
Okay, during your time in MRC. Okay.
So then he was saying that no, we don't have any positions and these things. He was constantly saying these things. Then he asked, "Okay, you have any specific problem? Okay, what problem you want to solve?" Now there I got stuck. Okay, I don't have any problem, but I'm interested in this. Then he told, "Okay, see, you don't have any problem, then it's better you explore. Okay, there are much more options are there. You can get, you may like this, you may like this." So I just picked professors from random places, not necessarily in lab, even if they're like buying something in supermarket.
So what would you think of this one? Like before joining PhD, why can't they join a project work and then think of PhD?
Actually, I thought of that only. And I suggest many also. Like if I'm not getting PhD, I should join any project position. My plan was very different. Like earlier, I thought after masters I'll join a project position. There I'll get experience and paper, and then I'll go to abroad. But then the whole thing, whole perception shifted. Like me personally, why I don't prefer abroad now at this moment is the course structure, the way we have studied is very different from there. Okay. And there is more like a contract base. 3 years you have to complete. Not to get the understanding, get the depth itself takes time. Okay. And like so I felt that since my depth is not that much, and here the PhD is designed as per the students of India only. So that's why they give 5 years. That with first year coursework you take, and then first 2 years, and then 3 years you do.
There it's like a job, like you
Yes,
get
sir.
this project done, get your PhD and go. They won't allow you to explore, dive deep,
So,
especially in European countries.
so I
Like what I believe is both
Nice.
type should be there in all institution, because there are some students who want to finish, get it done quickly. There are some students who want to explore, dive deep.
end result is always good.
Huh.
And thing is that the masters, like what I came to know, that the persons who are graduating from there is much more. He has much more depth than what master students from India. has.
In masters only we should have done everything like masters. Then PhD should be perfectly research, like diving into research. Masters only we should have developed lot of skills actually, skill set like coding, computation, like laboratory, so that in research it would be more smooth. Yeah, in abroad it is happening. Masters means masters, like yeah, that is true.
Again, it's never late. We can start.
That's true. Okay.
My plan is like I'll do PhD from India, like good institute, and then I can plan for abroad.
Okay. That's good. Nowadays, Indian professors are very competent, choosing very nice problem.
There's one professor from materials engineering. He was mentioning us that like we all right from masters we think we want to go abroad, but what we don't know what in India what people are doing research. And like as you mentioned, nowadays they are competent enough to like do.
They are picking
world
so
class.
nice problem, industrial problem, collaboration, every aspect, like the work culture, like treating PhD student as their colleague, like giving value to their perspective and training them, like along with that one, like it's all nice shift actually that is happening, like quite promising.
So research, we think that okay, studying or solving problem is the one thing, but like colleagues, how we talk, how we expect things. If you don't have anything in the lab, it's the best lab to prepare something of your own.
Sir C.V. Raman told that, like that financial situations, like that trouble was more motivating him to do the
His whole equipment was some 500, 200 rupees.
rupees. Yeah, at that time. Yeah, that's true. Like, I don't think that financially, like when you compare to the college or university you came from, IISc is
much
too
more better.
rich, so rich. Like you can implement lot more than what you think in the universities actually.
In
You
that
don't have
sense, it has too much fund.
like compared to the universities, any ordinary universities, even central universities, IISc is so rich. Like, so yeah, that's the.
I see one thing that I liked is it has too much freedom in terms of academic and research. You can be in one lab, you can work in other labs, you may collaborate with someone. Maybe your guide is from some different background. You can start working, and you can let's say for example you are in physics department, you are working in some professor, but you like biology, you will just make him as a co-supervisor. You can start working there. Something. Just an example. It's not this exact, but it's academic freedom is too much. Those who are from outside, they say that if you are in IISc, you should enjoy this freedom, make use of this freedom as much as you can. So
Yeah.
everywhere too much conference, so many people are coming. Go and talk. Only through talking you'll get to know many things.
That Soumyajit have realized.
Yeah.
Talking more will help. Okay. Any other questions? How is the work-life balance in your research group or in your department?
It's good.
Depends upon the guide and not much staying.
It's good only, but again it's not you are not doing corporate, right? So it's up to you. Like guide will give you all freedom, but it's up to you how much you want to do work. Okay. So maybe if you're too much passionate, now you can work 24 hours, and even then also you won't get tired. So freedom here in the sense I will say that you work as much you can. If you are getting bored, you just take a break. How much breaks you want? Again, you come back and start work.
How you find that you are research interest?
How you found you are interested in the research?
In research, I like um, I like to think and study.
I think today is the day that he talked so much.
And you may not get even the time also to study. Okay. Like if you are an experimenter, you won't get the time to study also. So the breaks which you get, like as when I see my all the seniors or even any department, they say that whenever you are getting time, read something, think something, or do something. So you have to make time of in your own way. Like you have to manage your own time, which time you can do the best out of it.
uh, what students are thinking about research, it is not that, am I right? Like when they get into the research, then only they realize. And one more thing is again, when they see experimental research, they think like 3-4 months, no results are coming. Like that kind of struggle actually. But in the lab, if you are doing some trial and error, maybe months may go, not 1 month, maybe 2-3 months may go. Like but I mean, after maybe 3 months, the next day where you go and you try the same thing in slightly different way, you get the result, am I right? So that like kick or that enjoyment, that satisfaction, so that is quite hard to catch in the video. You got my point. That's why most of the students are saying, I want to go to theoretical. Or you also told that you are interested in astrophysics or something. So because I mean, it is very easy to hold those astrophysics, cosmology, those philosophies in the video, but the kick that you get in the lab, that is quite hard to hold on the video and publish on YouTube and attract the student. Or like that, okay, many researchers are doing and trying to establish something or trying to prove something which that Einstein or Schrodinger have done quite a long back. Like decades of time, the same thing keep on doing. Then one scientist cracked that down. Other scientists have contributed, just like Edison's story. Like then what is the enjoyment that he gets? I think that enjoyment or that kick only the motivation to go to lab next day, even though you didn't get anything last 1 month or 2 months. So that I want to catch, because that is the reality in the experimental research. Not like you will get a lot of result daily. Like you will get result maybe after 2, 3, or 6 months. Who knows? But keeping that hope and okay, after 6 months you crack down something, that enjoyment that should trigger to pick more and more challenging problem in your research. Then you will become scientist, am I? Because so that I feel that is out of the world. Like nobody can that have more kick than any theoretical physics that student community imagine of. Like the kick that you get in lab after 2-3 months of hard work, like that if they understand, then they may motivated more towards experimental, because I want to balance. When out of 10 students 7 students says that I want to go to theoretical, then it's not balanced. We don't have that much opportunity or opening. Openings are more in experimental, am I right?
Nowadays, this theoreticians are also working in collaboration with the experimental.
Experimental, yeah.
Because, like, theory, like it's almost stopped in some way. Like few theories are going on. It's through experimental the new theories might come.
Yeah, both should go together, and there are a lot of experiments where theories are required. There are many theories where experiments need to be
Many
done.
have
Like
suggested, like even if you are doing theoretical, like if you have completed your PhD in theoretical, you should work with experimentalists. They will give you a very different perspective. This I saw, like we didn't have any experimental experience till masters. Okay. When I came to this lab, there everyone is experimentalist, and almost 1-2 years they have spent. So whenever they are asking some concept, phonon, I'm saying something. They are not accepting my answers.
yeah.
It's not like that.
They have realized something else in lab.
So they say no, it's not like that. It's different. So they will give very different perspective from what books will have. They will say, yeah, it's there, but let's say phonon, how will you explain? What is the physical intuition? Okay. How can you see in your like what's the materials? How can you see? How can you experimentally measure? It's
Suppose if you haven't qualified GATE exam, what you would have done? Hypothetical question.
I would have started looking for this project positions only.
Project position. You had any mindset like I will prepare again 6 more months or something if this exam is not done?
I will give one more try. Like since I have I don't have any gap. Just after masters, I prepared. So I would give at least one more year to prepare and see. If nothing works, then I should think otherwise. But then I should not waste like.
I mean, your parents were okay with that one, like taking a gap year and doing again something, or any?
At least 1 year they will. Yeah, they were okay.
They would have supported.
They have supported.
Okay. No.
Like one question was like how he was able to do, like when I was doing 6 months I didn't refer like whatever books you told only I referred. How he had time to refer other books?
No. You used to talk with everyone, interact with everyone. He was alone at home, like that.
So my books were only things which I used to talk.
Okay.
So if I'm talking with Goldstein, he's not giving answer, I'll go to Taylor.
Talk with Goldstein. He's not giving answer. Go to Taylor. That's why. That's nice.
Sometimes YKLM supports me.
YKLM throw a problem and help me to understand the problem. Understand the concept. Yeah, nice. But he said he was lagging, like because of the because he referred many textbooks. But okay, like balance should be there. Like both is required. Like it also helped him definitely while solving some problem. That multiple textbook, that perspective might have helped you in some problem. It's
So since timeline is limited, right?
Limited,
So better to focus on focus all your focus and energies in few aspects.
completing the syllabus,
Like I felt like your problems and courses are sufficient. Then sometimes this comes now, okay, I'll do more, I'll see more, and then I'm just lost into it.
Yeah, he has a question like, why did you wear ICTS t-shirt being in IISc?
So one thing was there that if I thought if once I get in IISc, I'll try to explore all these institutes. Like most of the institutes are in Bangalore only. So, and I thought I will just at least I'll visit every institute.
Nice.
Whenever I get chance, and I have some memories. I and Vishal went, and
he also bought the ICTS t-shirt. Now I am learning out of it. If I make very good quality t-shirt, then students will start wearing. It looks of good quality. That's why you are wearing again and again.
I want to visit RRI. I haven't yet.
They will do open day. And some public lectures are also happening occasionally. Yeah. Small campus, very nice campus.
I mean, ICTS was like dream. And
Theoretical. No, that's what I was telling. Like I have to balance. I mean, frankly, when I was attending interview, I was also into theoretical. Like,
experimental is also interesting. If you
but
just get into it.
but the problem is, we see only hurdles in the experimental physics. Am I right? We don't see the actual kick that they get after 3 or 6 months of their hard work. Like that is of a different world. Like I mean,
You
very.
can take inspiration from this.
That's why I'm saying you should talk more.
Enrico Fermi. Okay. So he was both theoretician, experimentalist, like everything he was. So he has, if you see his theory, has so much like extraordinary theories are. Even if you see his experimental, those are also extraordinary. So we should not limit ourselves to just theory or experimental. If you are for physics or science or anything, be with it. There is a book of that you can read. The Last Man Who Knew Everything, Enrico Fermi.
Okay.
It's like biography. The way he comes up to a solution, like okay, like if this is a problem, okay, we'll solve it this way. But this solution itself is like extraordinary.
Maybe after solving one or two problems, like you will use to it, am I right? Like maybe first problem that you are solving in the research, that may be so hard. Okay.
So if it's done, okay, what's the next thing we can do? Don't spend time on like why it's not happening. So rather it's a waste time. Then again you will think the same thing. Okay, what's the next thing we can do? So better like fast forward to that. What's the next thing we can do now?
Even mistake also do faster, gain experience.
Okay, it's done. Now next what we can do?
So I will conclude. Is it running? Then we can talk again until it goes off. So is it running? So thank you so much, Soumyajit, for this interaction session. And I hope your journey would inspire many students.